Acting Defense Secretary Pat Shanahan making Defense Department priorities clear on his first day on the job during a meeting, telling Pentagon leaders to, quote, remember China, China, China. His comments come as President Xi delivered a speech to the Chinese military in which he threatened to use force in order to unify Taiwan and China. They also came after a Chinese admiral, threatened to destroy 2 U.S. aircraft carriers in the South China Sea. Joining us tonight is Fred Fleitz. He's president, CEO of the Center for Security Policy, former chief of staff for the National Security Council. Great to have you with us, Fred. Also tonight, Gordon Chang, columnist, author of the books Coming Collapse of China and Nuclear Showdown. Thank you, Gordon. Fred, we appreciate you being with us. Let me start first with you, if I may, Gordon, and that is this admiral trying apparently to provoke the United States, threatening 2 aircraft carriers, to killing our sailors. If we're not provoked, she certainly should be, because it's time to get that kind of rhetoric out of the public arena in China. Yeah, I mean it's outrageous.
It is outrageous. This is the second time in December that you had a Chinese officer talk about surprise attacks on the U.S. Navy. And the Chinese are not just talking about this. We learned in May the Defense Department announced that they had lasered 2 American pilots, temporarily blinding them in Djibouti. Right. So this is a worldwide problem, Lou, and it needs the attention of the President of the United States to tell the Chinese to back off, because I believe that he should say the response shouldn't be proportional. It should be overwhelming if they ever touch an American.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Gordon. What do you think, Fred?
Well, Lou, Happy New Year. Look, whenever a Chinese official says something so threatening, we need to take it seriously. And I have no doubt this represents the long-term plans of China. But keep in mind that this admiral does not have a command. He's known for making overly belligerent statements, and we cannot be sure his views necessarily represent the views of the current Chinese government.
Well, can I say something when you say that about not...
I don't think he's speaking for the current government.
I apologize for interrupting you, but when you say we can't be sure that it represents the views of the communist Chinese government, are you kidding me?
I don't think
he wouldn't be talking if they didn't represent the views.
I don't think that's correct, Lou. He has made a number of belligerent statements that seem to go way over the top of what the rest of the Chinese government has been saying.
And when was the last time he was demoted for such outrageous rhetoric?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Just trying here. Just trying, Fred. Gordon, this idea that China is going to attack our ships, they're going to, and let's go to Fred's point and say, perhaps he was speaking just for a small group within the leadership of China. The fact of the matter is that the leadership of China is permitting it and becoming ever more aggressive. You hear from President Xi that he is willing to go to war over Taiwan. Well, the hell with President Xi and this nonsense about perpetually being able to steal hundreds of billions of dollars in intellectual property. I can't tell you, I've had businessmen, CEOs say to me, well, it's a very complicated problem. The hell it's complicated. They're stealing our stuff. It doesn't get much more direct or simple.
No, at least $300 billion a year.
Estimated as high as $600 billion.
And some people talk much higher. And also you have the other predatory trade practices of China. Xi Jinping believes that China should be self-sufficient. He doesn't believe in the notion of comparative advantage. He doesn't believe that foreigners should have any role in the Chinese economy, except, of course, for giving up their technology. And this point about this Chinese admiral speaking out of turn, we have heard so many Chinese flag officers and colonels say the same thing. They do represent the thinking at the top of the Chinese military, which is the reason why they're allowed to talk about it. And as you point out, these guys never get demoted for saying these things. On the contrary, they actually get promoted for it. So clearly, this is what the PLA is thinking, Lou.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 9. But when ye shall hear wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass. But the end is not by and by. Verse 10. Then said he unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Brak the Yahweh, Brak the Yahushai, Brak the Yahweh, Brak the Yahushai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Wokar, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of great millstone who rule well and taught me this truth. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth of sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life to do so for Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And the reason why I brought up the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 9 and 10, is from this video you just watched, brought to you by Fox News, all right, or Fox Business, all right, which is on the umbrella of Fox News, all right. And the point is that you're hearing, all right, the commotions of war, all right. You're seeing these nations rising up against nation, kingdom against kingdom. And these are the times that we're living in, because that's what Yahushua said that was going to happen in the last days. Okay? And when you look up that word commotion, it means instability. All right? And that's what you see all throughout the earth. Instability, uncertainty, all right? Confusion. And that's the times that we're living in, because this whole system's about to collapse. All right? This whole way of life, this whole thinking that, hey, this is the way life's supposed to be. Nah, this is about to fall. All right? Because the kingdom of heaven is about to be established. All right? And these are the prophecies that must come to pass. All right? For the kingdom of heaven. All right? To be established on the earth. Okay? So back to the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 9. But when ye shall hear wars and commotions, be not terrified. Right. So when you see, all right, the China warning that they can sink 2 U.S. Navy ships and kill thousands of soldiers, you shouldn't be terrified. In fact, you should be rejoicing if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, okay, receiving this message, all right, because you're an Israelite, all right? And by seeing that, guess what? Salvation is near, all right, because these nations have to go to war in order for America to be brought down. All right, in order for America to be destroyed, so we can get into the kingdom of heaven. Okay, so don't be terrified, for these things must first come to pass. Right, and this is who the world ignorant calls Jesus said. All right, real name is Yahushai. All right, he said these things must come to pass. All right, first come to pass. Okay, but the end is not by and by. Right. So when you're seeing these rumors of wars, these commotions, guess what, man? They have to come to pass. All right, but the end is not by and by, right? Because guess what? All right, certain prophecies have to happen before World War III blows, okay, into nuclear war. All right, you have to have the RFID chip being pushed out, mark of the beast. All right, you also have to have Jacob's trouble. All right, the economy's got to collapse. All right, so certain prophecies have to happen before World War III gets full blown. All right, which will lead into nuclear war. Okay, verse 10. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Right, and the Chinese is a nation, is a kingdom, and they're rising against America, and you're seeing it. All right, and the Chinese, all right, are also known, okay, in the scriptures, all right, as Moab. Okay, they're the Moabites. All right, which today, all right, you have themselves calling Chinese, because a lot of them don't even know who they are according to the scriptures. But if you're a so-called Chinese, Chinaman, you're the Moabites, all right? And you're going to get into this Third World War, all right? Let me get to the book of Psalms, right? Because Moab is my washpot, and that's what the Lord said. So you Chinese, all right, you so-called Chinese, you're the Moabites, and you play a pivotal role in bringing down America, all right? Book of Psalms, chapter 60, verse 8. Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia, triumph thou because of me. Right. And the point is, Moab is my washpot. And when you look up that word washpot in the Hebrew, I believe it's pronounced sayar. All right. But it means a thorn, a hook. All right. And you Moabites, you're going to be a thorn and a hook. All right. Onto these Edomites. All right. And that's how you know that these so-called Chinese, they play a pivotal role in this Third World War. All right? Because you're going to go into, you so-called Chinese people, the Moabites, you're going into World War III. You're going into the Middle East, all right? Just because you're out there in the South China Sea and you're out there trying to defend those stupid-ass islands, I don't mean nothing. You're going into the Middle East too, because that's the main battle point. Yeah, you'll have your little fights over in Asia, all right? But you Chinese, you're going to go into the Middle East, all right? With the Russians, all right? With the Americans, all right? With the Iranians, Syrians, okay? The fake gutter rat Jews, so on and so forth. So you're not exempt from, all right, what's about to happen, okay? You're set up by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to fight these Americans, all right? And in your spirit, you hate the Americans. That's why you're doing what you're doing. You have these Chinese officers, all right, being bold, all right? You have the president of Xi saying prepare for war. So you know what time it is, all right? But hey, this is all through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because okay, you're being forced into this battle, all right? Let me get you know what? Let me go to this news article real quickly, because guess what? You Americans, all right, you so-called white people, you Edomites, man, you're pissing off the Chinese, man. All right, you keep sending your Navy ships over there, and all you're doing is putting the anger into the Moabites, all right, so-called Chinese. But hey, it's all through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because you're not getting out of this World War III. All you heathen maggots are going into World War III. China sends military to intercept U.S. Navy in South China Sea as tensions rise. Exactly. All right? Because we living in these days, man. The last days. The Chinese military has moved to intercept U.S. warships sailing through the contested South China Sea in the latest of what has been a series of tense encounters involving the two powers in the Asia-Pacific region. Right, and this has been ongoing for the past couple of years, man. All right, that the United States military is constantly, all right, being provocative, saber-rattling, all right, in the South China Sea. And the Chinese don't like it. All right, now they're sending out their warplanes, their Navy ships, all right, to contest that region, which is beautiful, right? Because we're living in the last days. The U.S. Navy deployed its Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer, USS McCampbell, into the contested waters just 12 nautical miles from the Paracel Islands, one of the numerous land formations claimed by China as well as other nations in the region. In a statement sent to Reuters, Pacific Fleet spokesperson Rachel McMahon said Monday, the maneuver was part of a freedom of navigation operation intended to challenge excessive maritime claims, though she claimed there was no specific target or political message, which is a lie, all right? Which is a lie, okay? Because, all right, you Americans, all right, you Edomites, you want the resources in that region, all right? And you want to do deals with Taiwan, all right, which, okay, President Xi Jinping already has announced publicly, all right, that Taiwan belongs to China. So you stupid ass lying piece of shit, okay, Edomites, all right, you have ulterior motives, right? And that's bullshit statement, all right? That's why that scripture that says war was in his heart, all right, it's the book of Psalms, came to my mind. I believe it's 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Exactly. All right. So you over here talking this nonsense. Oh, she claimed there was no specific target, political message. That's a bold-faced lie. All right. War's in your heart. All right. You have ulterior motives. Okay. You want Taiwan to be on your side. All right, and you want the resources in Taiwan and in that South China region. Continuing on this article, it says the move was met with deep criticism in Beijing, which has vast claims spanning the South China Sea, including nearby Taiwan, a self-ruling island nation whose nationalist government split with the communist-run mainland after losing a civil war in 1949. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lu Kang, Lu Kang, that's a funny name, confirmed during a press conference later that day that the U.S. sent a vessel into the area, quote, without permission from the Chinese side. Exactly. All right, without permission. All right, that goes to show you that these Americans don't give a damn about, okay, other nations' sovereignty. All right, you Edomites, you think you can go wherever the hell you want. You cannot keep at home. Hey, that's the book of Habakkuk. Hey, this is through the Spirit, all right? Because I had scriptures lined up, but hey, this article, all right, okay, is pretty good, man, bringing out some certain scriptures. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, right, with your philosophy, saying you're spreading democracy, saying you're bringing peace to the world. That's all, okay, your bullshit philosophy, man. All right? Those are lies, man. All right? Also, bringing that homosexuality garbage. All right? This so-called, once again, I'm trying to bring peace to the nations. It's all lies and it's all bullshit. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. And that's the point. You are proud, you Edomites, you so-called white people. You are proud and you cannot keep at home. That's why you're all over the damn globe. You have your military bases all over the damn place, all right? Because you're proud, okay? And he has and is as, excuse me, who enlarges desire as hell and is as death, right? Because wherever you go, you bring nothing but death, all right? Ever since you Edomites got control of this earth, the whole earth is in turmoil, all right? And is as death, it cannot be satisfied, but gather unto all nations and heapeth unto all people, right? Once again, your military bases all throughout the earth. Verse 6, shall not all these take a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him? Right. This is against you Edomites, all right? Because all these nations, man, they see that you're weak. You spread yourself thin, and they're going to attack, and they're going to pounce, man, all right? That's why these Chinese are so bold to say that, hey, all right, we could attack 2 U.S. Navy ships, all right, and kill thousands of U.S. soldiers. U.S. sailors. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his? Right. All this land grabbing, all right, starting since colonialism, all that, all right, woe to you, all right, which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, right? How long? Because, hey, you Edomites, man, all right, with your main chief house, which is America, how long you going to keep doing this? Not too long, because you laying yourself with thick clay. That's why all these Western nations are all in perpetual debt, all right, mainly America, $21 trillion in debt, all right, so, yeah, man, you're going down. And the Chinese see how weak you are. The Russians see how weak you are. The Iranians see how weak you are. All right? It's almost a matter of time. Only certain few prophecies have to happen before World War III kicks off into nuclear. All right? Now let's get to the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, for you Americans. All right? Because this is what's going to happen to your soldiers and your sailors and your Marines in these last days. Isaiah chapter 3. Verse 25, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. Right? A lot of you soldiers, a lot of you sailors, a lot of you Marines, a lot of you Air Force, okay, soldiers, airmen, you're all going to perish in these last days. All right? Because the Chinese has a large army. The Russians have a strong army. The Iranians have a strong army, and they're getting ready. All right? They're getting ready. That's why they're so bold at saying stuff like this. All right? Because we're living in the last days where you Americans are going down. All right? Once you go down, you Edomites go down as a people, man. Because America, once it goes down, that's it. You're finished. All right? The kingdom of heaven will be established when the Lord makes his appearance. This is the book of Obadiah. Once again, I'm going to get back to Obadiah. Let me start at 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus the Lord power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and ambassadors sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, that are greatly despised. Right, you're greatly despised among these other heathens, all right? Which proves why all these other heathens want your neck, okay? More specific for these lessons, these Moabites, all right? Moab is my washpot, all right? They're going to put the hooks and thorns into you to bring you down as a people, all right? Jumping down to 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him right. And hey, let perfect examine with this bread, these stupid ass, okay, trade tariff talks, these trade talks between you and China, all right? This is all deception, man, all right? The Chinese militarily behind the scenes is getting ready. They see what you're doing in their backyard, all right? And they're getting ready to pounce on you, okay? So this whole Donald Trump and President Xi, okay, talking about tariffs and trying to build some type of trade diplomacy, whatever the hell you want to call it, that shit's coming to naught. Y'all better get ready for war, all right? Jeremiah, all right? So so let me get to you, you gooks, you Chinese, because you know, yeah, we want you to engage in America, but guess what? You're gonna, a lot of you gonna die too, all right? All you heathens are catching it, all right? So, because America is gonna whoop your ass too, all right? Americans got some technology for your ass also, all right? These Edomites, all right? So it's these so-called white people. So yeah, so you're gonna catch an ass whooping too. So don't get it twisted, all right? Yeah, we're cheering you on because we want you to, to fight America. But you're gonna lose a lot of Chinese as well. So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 48, verse 1. Against Moab, thus saith the Lord of hosts, thy power of Israel, woe unto Nebo, for it is spoiled. Kerethaim is confounded, and take it. Misgab is confounded and dismayed. Verse 2. There shall be no more praise of Moab. In Heshbon, they have devised evil against it. Come, let us cut it off from being a nation. Also thou shall be cut down, O madmen. The sword shall pursue thee. Right, because you Chinese, you think that once you take down America, all right, once you defeat America, that's what you're thinking in your mind, that you're going to be the next superpower. Not going to happen, all right? You're going to lose a lot of soldiers too. You're going to lose a lot of Chinese too, all right? And in the midst of this World War III, after, okay, you and America them beat the shit out of each other, all right? That's, okay, when the nukes will fly, okay? And when the nukes fly, who's going to make his appearance? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, okay? The God of Israel will send his son, Yahweh Shai, all right, to destroy all you nations, all right? So you're not coming into power. Yeah, you in America are going to whoop each other's ass, all right? You're gonna lose a lot of soldiers, all right? America's going to lose a lot of soldiers, and that's when you're going to result into nuclear war. But after that, okay, the Lord is going to make his appearance, okay, because he's going to establish the kingdom of heaven for his people, the children of Israel, who are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the confusion of faces scattered abroad throughout the nations, all right, under the earth. Under the sun. Continuing on, verse 3, a voice of crying shall be from Hornam, spoiling and great destruction. Verse 4, Moab is destroyed. Her little ones have caused cry to be heard. Right, because you Moabites, you're going to be destroyed too. Right, a lot of you Chinese, you slanted-eyed gooks, you're going to be destroyed. All right? All right, so don't think you're going to be the next superpower. Not going to happen. All right? The kingdom of heaven is going to be established. All right, and last scripture for our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, as well as confusion of faces. All right, because you got a lot of y'all now waking up and watching the Great Millstone mainly, all right, when it comes to current events, but some of you still playing games with this truth. Well, this is for you, all right? Don't think that, just because you see all this, don't be thinking that, all right, that this is going to go away. All right. This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 54. And he said also to the people, when ye see a cloud rise out of the west, straightway ye say, there cometh a shower. And so it is right. You Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, all right? You see the clouds come, you know it's about to rain, right? Verse 55, and when you see the south wind blow, you say there will be heat, and it cometh to pass. All right? So when you feel the heat coming, all right? Okay, because this is talking about back in when we were in Israel, all right? You have a lot of heat waves that come in. You can feel it, all right? From the wind, okay? Verse 56, all right? Yea, ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time? Right, and that's the problem with our people, man. You got a lot of you hypocrites out there, all right? You seeing what's going on, but you don't know what time you're living in. And this is a direct, okay, rebuke to you, all right? You better get your head out of your ass and see the times that we're living in, because a lot of drama's coming to this earth. World War III, all right, is literally here, okay? And these nations are not letting up. The Lord is stirring them up, all right? You're hearing wars and commotions. This has to first come to pass, all right? Because we're living in the last days. So you better consider the times that we're living in. Stop being a bunch of hypocrites, all right? So, verse 57, last one. Yea, and why even of yourselves judge ye not what is right? Exactly, right? Because this world has to be judged, man. All right? Because who's ruling it? The wicked. And it's nothing but unrighteousness, all right? So righteous judgment has to come. So these nations got to fight. They got to kill each other off so the kingdom of heaven can be established, all right, by Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, all right? Because he's got to bring the righteous judgment to the earth. All right? So if you can't take heed to that, man, death upon you. All right? So with that, Lord willing, us edify. Once again, you're seeing the Chinese are being stirred up, okay, who are the Moabites. They're threatening America, saying, hey, okay, we'll shoot down your U.S., we'll destroy, in other words, your U.S. Navy ships, killing thousands of sailors. And these are the times that we're living in because, hey, war has to come in order for the kingdom of heaven to be established. And with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem, Mukar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of great millstone who well and taught me this truth. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life to do so for Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua. I say, love you, brothers. Keep enduring, keep the faith. And with that, Shalom.